Oh, fuck.
Paul, we
Let me
all
just,
heard that, and the meeting is being recorded.
okay.
Good evening.
Hey, good evening to you.
It's the first thing I heard when I logged in.
Aren't you glad you came?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine.
I'm trying to get this thing to do what it doesn't want to do. All right, hold on a minute here. Um, what am I doing here? This document I have. Why is this not showing up? It's frozen. That's not good. Oh, I see why. Okay, now I know why. All right, so then I can do this. Yep. Okay, and uh, have I shared my screen yet?
No.
No. Okay, I shall in just a
It's
moment.
nice to see you on the screen.
Yeah, I'm there, huh? Okay.
Hmm. Yeah.
All right, let's see. I gotta find where is it? Where is it? It's here. And then I shall share. And I'm gonna share screen one. That's what I want. Okay, share. And
Are you doing something wonderful like pulling up the minutes or something, Paul?
there it is. Whoop, there it is.
Are you pulling up the minutes that I sent out with edits?
I don't know. I don't remember which edit. Which is this yours, you think?
No, because mine had was sent just a few minutes ago after I received this. I made edits on it
Okay,
in
hold
the
on.
week.
Um,
Do that. All I
Paul
have.
and Lynn, Lynn, I incorporated your edits and just sent a new version.
Oh, you
Um,
did? Oh, okay. All right. All right. Fine.
So
Then
I should in the email for that? Okay, hold on a minute. So where's the email going to be? The email is going to be here and here. I have to save that file, Austin. I will do that and then I'll pull it up. How's that?
okay, that sounds fine. Anyway, I'm going to call this meeting to order. How about that for a novel thing? It is now 7:02. This is a meeting of Nahant's Community Preservation Committee. Um, I'm Lynn Spencer. I chair this committee, and I represent the Historical Commission designee. With me are Paul Spurn and Ellen Goldberg, both who serve at large. And I think, Austin, you do as well. Am I correct on that?
yes, that's correct.
Yeah, that's correct. Um, I'm just looking for other committee members before I welcome the guests. Oh, I see that we have Dave Wilson here, who is here for the Housing Authority. I have not seen Nancy Catalmo as yet, but we hope.
Nancy's not coming.
Yeah, she's not able to join us today, now that I think about it. But guess what? We do have a quorum, so we have a meeting. And the first thing that we're doing as part of this meeting is reviewing the minutes that Austin had prepared of our meeting on November 17th, which was also our community outreach meeting.
Okay, and I hope you're seeing them now.
I am. I know it's annoying, but I have an E at the end of my name.
Spencere. Interesting.
Now, Lynn.
Oh, Lynn. All right.
What a
Who
joker
is
you are,
who
Paul.
is going to who is going to keep the thing of record? You want me to make changes on this and then I'll send it to you?
No, no, Austin will do that.
So
Right. Yeah,
Austin,
I'll make the edits. Thank you.
go for it, Austin. Okay. All right. Let me get rid of the old one so I don't have duplicates.
There's a typo One, two, three, on the fourth paragraph where it says Lynn provided and overview, should be an overview.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep, good one. Can we just scroll down so we can read more of this?
Sure. You just keep giving me cues because I'm doing all sorts of little things here. Is that enough?
I think a little bit more, please.
All right. CPC 27, agenda, minutes. And I don't need this one anymore.
I think we could have some more.
Yep. Just keep those prompts coming.
Okay. So in that paragraph that starts, Lind indicated CPC will encourage. Could we put a period after obligated and then new sentence starts with she also reminded?
Yes.
So we never want to take generous gestures for granted. But as we
Okay.
come to the end of this reading or this review of the minutes, I will be asking for a volunteer to take the minutes for this meeting. Just a little preview of exciting things to come.
Yes, I can do that again, Lynn.
Oh, Austin, so many stars in the crown. Okay. Any other comments or edits on these minutes, folks? If not, can I have a motion to accept the minutes as edited?
I so move.
Do I have a second on that?
I'll second it.
Thanks, Dave. All right, all in favor, roll call. Paul,
Aye.
Ellen,
Aye.
Austin,
Aye.
Dave,
Aye.
chair votes yes, minutes are accepted. Right. So now let's get to the heart of the matter. Oh, that's a great screensaver.
Not the four guys.
No, not the four guys. No, the beautiful library. Oh boy, gorgeous. So today is the deadline for the eligibility applications, as we read in our minutes, and I'm excited to say that we have received 6 applications, and I'm also welcoming a guest to our meeting tonight. We've got Deborah Warren, who is here as a representative from Advisory and Finance. Allison Nieto, our town administrator, and Trish Aldrich, who is here as chair of the Open Space and Recreation Committee, and Eric. Eric, can you just unmute yourself for a second?
I have done so.
Yes, Eric, are you Eric Gerton?
Curtin.
Curtin. Okay, thank you. So I want to congratulate you because you sent in your eligibility application to Jeff. Well, it came to Jeff Mussman, and I'm not quite sure why. He was the chairman of our committee about, I don't know, 15 years ago.
So, and that's interesting. I used the link on the town website.
I know, and I saw that, Eric. But anyway, I want to say happily, yes, all received and very, very happy to have your application.
All right, great.
So, so Paul, are you pulling up our chart?
Yeah, you got two options. You can have the grid first and then the applications. I presume that's what you want.
Yes, thank you. Let's start with the chart first.
Yeah, I'll make it bigger and then
If we can roll to the top.
let's somewhere or other you make this bigger. Where do I make it bigger?
Paul, you had told me you were going to rely on Ellen to do all of this.
Well, maybe next time. Ellen, how do I make the text bigger on this thing?
Why don't you focus with your mouse somewhere on there and then try to are you using an external mouse? Because you can zoom. Down at the bottom right, there's a little zoom. You see the little zoom guy
There,
which is
I knew
100%?
there was a simple way to do it. Oh, it's not doing anything. It doesn't like that at all. Hmm. Nothing's happening. Why?
Do you have that? Is that open in its own Excel or is it open in a tab, I guess?
It's open in something like Excel, yeah,
Hmm.
an equivalent of Excel, I think. It's
Yeah,
just
this is an Excel
WPS.
chart.
Yeah, it is, and it's in an Excel equivalent, and I don't know why it's not opening bigger. That's annoying.
Well,
Very.
you need somewhere. Keep going up.
Yeah, it's got to be here somewhere. I would have thought it was right down here.
I think it's because you have a formula going in that formula screen. So if you delete that and get out of it.
This thing, you mean?
Yep,
Okay, now it might work.
should.
Yeah. Oh, you so smart. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, but you still need to roll to the top of the chart, please.
Uh, there we are.
Okay, very good. All right, fine. So, happy to say that through the website we have 6 applications, and the first one that came in was from our town administrator, Allison, which is for that open space master plan application. The committee will remember that for various reasons that we'll just say are lost in the ether, we had reclaimed this money as a clawback last year. But it turns out, in fact, that there was an outstanding bill, I think, Allison, from 2022, which had not been paid, which is
Correct.
a mystery in itself.
Yep, correct.
So, folks, this is for $30,000, which was what the master plan cost. And this is like what do you say, kind of like not a retroactive, but something that feels like a retroactive application.
Yeah. Whatever happened to that master plan, by the way?
It got filed with the state and it's being used.
Okay.
Allison, do you have anything else to add on that?
No, but I can tell you that they've reached out to ask about payment. And I basically said that we had to go through this process again, so that it wouldn't be available until May, which I am just concerned about how this is being funded. If it's being funded from FY27 CPC revenues, then I won't be able to pay it until July of next year.
So if it were funded from the reserve fund?
Yes, then I
help it?
could pay it. Mhm.
Okay.
But it would
So
still
just-
have to be approved at town meeting in May.
It would definitely still have to be approved
So
at
you're
town
talking
meeting.
about a difference of 2 months
Yep,
after 3 years.
I know.
So
So,
I don't necessarily feel urgency to have to classify it out of general reserves if that doesn't make the most sense, but
sure.
yeah.
We can certainly, I think both points are well taken. We can review it when the time comes. But I think folks, without, too much reading of the application itself, I'd like to be able to say this is eligible and should go to a full application.
Yeah, why don't we dispense of those as quickly as we can along those lines, Lynn, and do what's necessary to be definitive. Do we take votes on these as I recall,
Yes,
or as you recall? We
yeah.
do. Okay. So can we summarize by saying that it meets criteria and that we don't see any means need to intervene in the process?
I think we
Uh,
can just accept it as eligible and ask
yeah,
for the full application.
yeah, exactly.
Does that, somebody want to make that motion?
So moved.
Okay, second.
I'll second.
We just have a show of hands. All in favor? Okay. The committee votes yes, all in favor. Uh, the next one is a little bit along these lines, folks. This is from the town of Nahant. This is for additional money for the construction of the handicapped access ramp, which lets into the Allison, what do you call that entrance typically?
It's technically the delivery entrance, but most staff go that way too. So I think it's on the doors as delivery entrance.
Yeah. Yeah. If the building faces south, it's the west entrance at the rear of the building.
Yeah.
It's replacing an existing ramp, which is a non-compliant ramp. We had funded this project, I really want to say 3 years ago. I won't go into great details. It has gone through design with Richard Smith as the architect who had previously worked on the town hall. He's also the architect for the public library. The estimates for the ramp as it's designed have exceeded what is available left in the fund after design fees are removed, which is about $156,000. So Allison has put forward on the behalf of the town an application for an additional $40,000 to go into that budget. We won't know the actual cost until the project goes out to bid. It will have to go to the lowest qualified bidder, and then we'll actually know what the final cost is at the end of the project. But this will enable this project, which I think is essential, quite honestly, to proceed. I hope others have had a chance to review the application itself. Our applications now for eligibility are 1 page, so it's a pretty quick application review.
If you want me to show it, I will. Were there weren't there other little projects involved in um, accessibility at town hall, or was this a freestanding project, Lynn?
This was a freestanding project. It came
Okay.
out of an assessment that was done.
Okay. Okay.
There are various, I mean, there is an accessible restroom on the upper level of town hall. The lower entrance to the town hall is accessible. What isn't, what doesn't happen at town hall is internal access between the floors. So,
Right.
but I think this is already had been approved several years ago. This is an additional, is adding to that budget.
Right. So now, if you need access from floor 1 to floor 2, you would go out this new proposed ramp, go through the parking lot, and back in on the other side on the bottom floor,
Yeah. It's less than ideal.
I would say.
Yeah.
But it's doable.
Yep. I would entertain a motion.
Yeah, I move that we approve this supplement to the project budget.
And ask them to proceed with a full application.
Right, because we're just
Yes.
saying that we think we're agreeing whether or not it's eligible to proceed, right?
Yeah, we're absolutely right, Ellen. That's the terminology, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
Do I have a second to that?
I'll second that.
Let's have a hands raised. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. The committee votes yes. Right. Okay. Now we're getting to another application, which if you want to consider it that way, is a continuation of a prior application. And thank you, Paul. I think we will need to bring this one up because it's fairly complicated.
This is the Little League one.
Yes.
All right. I'm not sure which one this is. You know which one it is?
Well, I don't.
Okay.
I guess the labels aren't very long. Just pick one of the town ones.
Oh, it's a town one.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
from the
got
town.
it. All right, well, we'll just go through them one at a time. Oh, what do you know? I must
Nice,
live right.
nice one,
I
Paul.
must live right.
Congratulations.
All right, there you go.
Okay. Now, can you pull that up? We can see, we don't need the headlines. We need the heart of the matter.
Well, I can't do much about that. I can't do that. Lynn, I'm sure that Ellen could, but I can't. I can just show you.
Well, you're
Yeah.
flying the airplane right now, so let's just keep sticking with you. Okay, stop,
All
stop.
right,
You can
okay.
stop right there.
Yeah. Right there.
Right there. Okay. Okay. So this is a complicated story, folks. We have already given $75,000 from this for this, which was funded in, as they say here, in fiscal year 25. We see that $30,000 has been added to the budget from a state earmark and also a donation from the Little League of $30,000 for the project. The lighting has been purchased and received, which leaves a balance for the installation. They've received a quote of $83,000 for the installation and electrical work. Allison, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but how many lights are we talking about here? Happen
I
to
can,
remember. I haven't looked it up again, but I could.
um, so I just want to let you know, I inherited this project.
Yes, we do understand so much. So much you've inherited, Allison.
Yes, so I have the plan. Let me just see where it is. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but I do have it somewhere.
Okay.
And these are big lights with like they have oh, that's the quote for the work. Has like a very fancy remote, system to control them and all that kind of stuff. So
Yep.
you just type in.
Lynn, fill something in for me. It
Yep.
says this project received funding in fiscal year 25. The
Mhm.
town also received. Okay, so what's missing is how much did we fund this in 25?
I just said earlier, $75,000.
Correct.
Well, if we funded it 75 and they've
Mhm.
gotten 30 and 30, that's 135.
Mhm.
The lights
So
themselves
why,
cost 98,000.
Huh?
The
what
lights
cost?
themselves cost $98,000. That's the
Okay,
plan
that
company.
information should have been in this
Right, but this isn't,
application.
remember, this is an eligibility, Paul.
I understand,
Yeah,
but
okay.
I think it would have been uh, wise to lay it all out. There are a lot of numbers hidden here, and I find that objectionable.
Okay.
We hear you, Paul.
I thought that we fully expected that we had, with given the amount that we had funded and what they were coming up with, that they were going to be able to put these lights up.
And that we expected, I think at the time we had expected the town to do a bunch of the installation work. And so I share your frustration, Paul. However, I think I agree with Lynn that this is just the eligibility
Yeah.
application. But I hear you. I immediately just went back to the draft articles that we had put together for town meeting last year to review what we had approved and what our language was. And I think if they go forward with another application, if we deem it's eligible, that we'll have a chance to have further discussion about the numbers.
I think that that's true. I mean, this is a very expensive project. And we, at the time when we were reviewing it, we were cautious about this. However,
So it looks like, I'm sorry, I'm just pulling up the specs and it's very detailed. But it looks like there's 4 poles and there's 4 to 5 lights on each one. But I have a whole package that I'm happy to share, with you if this goes forward.
and that's what we will be looking for in the full
We will need it,
application.
yeah.
Yes.
Sure, I have
Allison,
all that detail.
of all of the fields over there, how much is going to be lightable once this is
It's just the baseball field.
not the practice fields alongside,
No,
just the baseball playing field? Is
correct,
that right? Wow.
correct.
Wow. Okay.
So I apologize if, this,
Not your
I
fault.
thought I was spelling it out okay, but I do, there was a lot of, pieces involved. So I'm sorry I didn't spell it out very clearly, but if you
Sorry,
decide that you want to go
I wasn't
forward, I
being,
will.
yeah, I wasn't directing my criticism to you. I apologize if you thought I was.
Nope.
And I don't think well, whatever, that's enough. I shouldn't say anymore right now.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. I'm looking at the application from 2025.
Right.
There were, it was full. There were multiple attachments. There were various quotes. I think one of the things I can say based on my experience in the field that I'm in is that costs have jumped quite significantly. And especially one of the things I'm involved with has a lot of lighting, and it's complicated and expensive. So
Okay.
I hope that the little leaguers and anyone else using that field really enjoy these lights. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
It is helpful for me to always hear your perspective, Lynn. It is easy for somebody not in the field to say, oh my gosh, that's a lot of money, right? It's
Yeah.
easy for us to just kind of open our mouth and go, what? But you see it all the time, so it's a helpful perspective.
Well, thank you, Ellen. I wish I didn't see it all the time, but I do.
No, I mean, and we all know things are expensive. It's an eligibility application.
Yeah. And they have jumped. I mean, things have really jumped. And guess what? Anything that comes from abroad is now experiencing tariffs, and you should not be surprised that this lighting could very well have some of that effect and the controls. So anyway, Allison, you're hearing the committee.
May I have a
This
comment?
comes in, it has to be very complete. So,
Lynn?
Dave, yeah, I'd love to hear from you.
Well, I've seen the lights. They're down the DPW inside, and then the poles are there. So one of the questions that I was talking to Zach about is, you're talking about all the conduit that's gonna go in. There's a small line that goes into the shed, so they're gonna have to run a major line from the pole into the shed so that's where a lot of the cost is going. You gotta dig up the roadway and everything, so it's more expensive than what they realize.
You're right, Dave. It's complicated. Complicated.
I'd like to make a motion to accept this as eligible and to move forward with a full application.
Thank you, Austin. Do I have a second to that?
I'll second that.
Okay. All in favor, hands raised? Okay. Unanimous. All right, let's go on now to the number 4, which is from the Nahant Sailing Program. It is a fund towards the purchase of sailboats to replenish or replace aging boats in their fleet. The application was submitted by Eric Curtin. We at the committee did hear from John Fulgrim and Mark Paytag at our meeting on the 17th. So this is a follow-up to that. They're looking to buy used sailboats, and I think that they are. I think the intention is to stretch the dollars as far as they can be stretched. We're happy to have Eric with us tonight, but this is a good opportunity for the committee to take a look at the application, to ask any questions. I think I do have one, but we'll hear from folks on the committee first. The request is for $32,000. It would be spent over a period of several years as boats are found and become available. My basic question is this: is this application eligible under CPA guidelines? I mean, that's the fundamental question, and that's why we have this 2-part process.
Right.
We were told that I believe it was the town of Situate has done a similar kind of purchase under their CPA funding. I think it will be prudent for us to actually share this with Stuart Saganer at the coalition, just to get his view and his blessing on it. But let me hear from others as well.
I'm bringing up
Oh, thank you, Paul. Wonderful.
the summer grid, just so Eric knows what we're referring to. And it's probably not big enough, so I will try to make it bigger. There we go. So the major categories are open space, historic resources, recreational land, and community housing.
Mhm.
So I think it would be reasonable for Eric to say, we're asking for $32,000, and Little League is asking for $6.5 million for these lights. So what's the difference between lights and a boat? Well, the lights, we refer back to making recreational land more usable.
Mm-hmm.
And what Lynn is questioning is, how can we find a comparable or appropriate application of funds to achieve any of these goals? We'll leave out community housing just because it'll be easier. Open space or recreational land are really what we're talking about here.
Mm-hmm. And if you
But
actually scroll
yeah,
down
go ahead.
the chart, we see that
Yeah.
under acquisition, it says yes, land property can be acquired by gift, purchase, devise, grant, rental purchase, lease, or otherwise. That seems to refer to land, but the question is, can property in this case refer to a sailboat?
Or could we consider the waterfront and the near water as a recreational uh, venue and use land in quotation marks and think of it instead as recreational space,
Mhm.
because those boats would then, once renovated, increase the use of that recreational space.
So, I just found the Situate Sailing Program fleet restoration application from 20.
Wow.
Nice one, Ellen.
Right. Good one, Ellen.
Thank you. I don't know if this makes any difference or not. It is for refurbishing their Mercuries as opposed to buying new ones or even used ones, which I know that this proposal was to, if I remember right from the last meeting, we were told that they've basically restored them to the point where they cannot be restored anymore, and they're looking to replace them with high quality used ones. So I don't know if the fact that the Situates was so and it was under recreation in that case.
Right.
So what I don't know is if it makes a difference if it's a replacement or a refurbishment, because often, right, there is that distinction in some of the other stuff we do.
Yep.
I did just find an article about the same application that says it was deemed not an acceptable use of funds and was denied
Oh,
It was
really?
denied. That was the bottom line.
I
in
see approval date of
2016.
April 3rd, 2015. Was it retracted?
I can share the article.
The thing I'm looking at says it was approved April 13th, 2015, and I'm on communitypreservation.org.
Okay. The the article is from March 18th, 2016. Said
Okay.
a resident questioned whether it was proper use of funds.
Mhm.
A Community Preservation Coalition advised the committee it was not an allowable use with confirmation from town council.
We
Ouch.
got
But it's still on the community preservation website as an approved project.
Yeah, I think we should
maybe
check
initially.
anyway.
So clearly it wasn't approved at town meeting. Or maybe it was, I don't
Well,
know.
if it's on the community preservation website, it would have been approved.
So the approval, from what Austin just said, the approval came and then that article came out later in 2016, the following year, to challenge it.
So I wonder if they retracted it.
That's what I'm looking for now. But it was a $30,712 grant.
Yeah. Let me ask Eric to join in the conversation, because I think, hi, Eric. We're just curious. Did you have any conversations with the town of Situate about this situation?
No, we found the same article that Ellen found several weeks ago in a search of our own, just simply trying to see if
Yeah.
we thought this might be appropriate or not.
Yeah.
Um, obviously, our resource, the resource we use most often is the ocean and on an almost island. Um,
Yeah, no, of course.
it's a big recreational thing. But yeah, the reason we're here, and I appreciate this, the two-step process is simply to ask the same question that you're asking. Is this an appropriate thing to apply for,
Mhm.
or not? If not, we appreciate not taking the time and energy to go further. If it's appropriate, then we think it would help the town preserve a
Oh,
valuable
yeah.
program, but certainly it has to be an appropriate use of these funds.
Well, thank you. We have a nice sort of quick conversation or turnarounds with when we reach out to Stuart at the coalition. And so I think my thought is we take your very thoughtfully prepared eligibility and forward it along to Stuart and ask for his opinion, which is basically, does it meet the statute?
I think that's great. That, and if it does, we'll proceed, and
Yep.
if not, we'll figure out another way.
That's right. That's right. So we've been able to fund other things at the wharf, like the improvements to the floats and the building and,
Sure.
walls and so on. But I think the sense I'd like to suggest to the committee is that, you actually empower me to actually communicate with
Yes.
Stuart with the application and ask for an opinion.
Yes, please do. Do you think there's an opportunity to make the case, Lynn, that the definitions may be unusually or not symmetrically applied for a town whose environment is so much the water?
Well, there's plenty of towns in Massachusetts, Paul, that have this
Yeah. Oh,
situation.
exactly.
So
Exactly.
I wouldn't be surprised if it hasn't come up before. And it's interesting. I thought that, well, the Situate example is an interesting one.
Yeah.
So I think what we'll do is send this along to Stuart and, get his
Yep.
response on it.
Yep.
All right, well, let's go back to the chart.
The chart. Here's the chart.
Yep. Where's those lawyer-looking guys? All right, now we have two more from the Open Space Committee. This is Bailey's Hill Reclamation Phase 3. I think this is the last of the 3 phases that committee had
Here it
laid
is.
out in an earlier application. We have Trish Aldrich here who is the chairman of Open Space and Recreation. This request is for $49,500.
Oops. Sorry about that. Yep.
And we'll give Trish an opportunity, since she's taken the trouble to join with us tonight. We always like that, to offer any comments she wants to about this eligibility application.
Yes, I knew Nancy Cantelmo mentioned to me that she wouldn't be able to attend and asked me if I could. So here I am. I was busy singing a lot this weekend in some concerts very loudly. So my voice is not the best. But this Bailey's Hill, yeah, it's to continue the work there that you've funded in the past, removing invasive plants and installing native perennial shrubs and trees. And we would hope to use the same excellent company we've used in the past, Parterre Ecological, that's very familiar with that site.
Okay, committee, any questions or comments at this point?
I would make a motion to accept this as eligible and move to a full application.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I second.
All right. Can I have a hands raised vote from the committee? Everybody says yes, go forward with the full application. One thing that would be helpful, Trish, is as part of that application is if you could also recall the 2 past grants and help everyone understand the overall strategy and investment here.
Okay.
All right. And then also from Open Space, we've got Lodge Park.
Yes, so this is a continuation also of implementation of the Lodge Park Management Plan that we developed with funding from CPC. So it too involves removing some invasive plants, Japanese knotweed and others, and then installing native plants.
Mm-hmm. And the first phase of the work has included the signage that has
Yes.
been established up there. So I hope everyone has had a chance to have that walkabout and enjoy the interpretive signs. This is for $40,000. Again, kind of a continuation. It seems to be a lot of our story tonight, which is good.
Right.
I'd be willing to entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept as eligible and move forward
Thank you.
the full application.
I
All
second.
right. Hands raised, all in favor? Okay. Trish, you have some work to do.
I'll get right on it. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Okay. Honey and lemon.
Right.
Good idea.
Okay. Paul, if you could just go to scroll down further and just enlarge it on the screen, it would be helpful.
Sure. Yeah.
Because there's a couple of things I want to go over.
Where do you
Okay.
want to go?
So then yeah, that's fine for now. The
Okay.
next lot of what I've put on the chart is the usual $10,000 for administrative costs. This is for printing, our part of the town warrant. It's for our dues, and other incidental costs. Then we have 3 bonds that we have obligations on. The first one is the fiscal year 22 library bond, which would cost us $27,940. This is all information that came to us from Allison. I did ask her what it would cost to consider paying off that bond, and that's what I've put into the note at the side. If we wanted to actually say goodbye to that bond, we could do so for $113,608. Something food for discussion. The next two, we've got for fiscal year 23 for the town hall, the library, and the cemetery bond, we will owe $66,522. And then for the new bond that was taken for the project that is now underway at the public library, we would have a first year obligation of $83,889. So in terms of potential expenditures with the previous 6 applications and then these 3 bonds and the administrative costs, we come up to $433,851. Then if we just scroll down a little bit further, Paul,
Yeah.
this chart. A little bit further, please. Okay. No, actually, yeah, that's where I want to go. So our potential fiscal year 27 grant or funding is a combination of the 3% surcharge from the town, $379,929, with a 40% match of $133,482, resulting in $513,411. This is lower than what we've seen in the past. As you all know, we've been very fortunate. As a 3% town, we actually rank highest in the collection of the state match. But in fact, the state match is down because of lower kind of activity at the Registry of Deeds and the fact that the legislature has not put in an ingestion of funds. We also have in our general reserve we have $91,193. Our housing reserve is climbing up, $104,300. And then Allison has shared with us the fact that we have $25,000 of interest earned on CPA funds being managed by the town. So our total funding exclusive of the housing reserve is $629,604.
That's if we spend every dime in the general reserve.
Well, whatever,
Yeah.
yes, but you would still have left over, Paul, $195,753. That's what that bottom line tells you. We're taking in more money than we're spending. So we can have a fat general reserve.
Right.
So I'm sorry, does that 629, you said that excludes, so that's not just a sum up that column? You haven't
It's not
added
a
it
sum,
in.
it excludes the housing reserve. So it's
Okay.
the sum of the fiscal year
513 plus 91. Okay, so
plus
600.
And 20.
Yep, okay, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it excludes it. Okay.
Yeah, that
And
excludes because we can't touch that.
right, can I ask a question because it sounded like you were exploring the possibility of paying off a bond and getting the payoff amount. You got that. So the question I have, and that maybe only Allison would know, is what is the interest rate on that bond right now?
So that payoff includes the interest. We've only borrowed it as a short-term ban. So there's only a small amount of interest to pay off. So that,
No, if we carried it, I mean, what is the interest rate?
oh, if we carry, so it's going to be continued to be issued as a short-term ban because we've been paying it down steadily. So the ban interest is about 6%.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Well, might you ask why I was exploring this? I do feel like we are getting closer and closer to the time when the $1.5 million bond for East Point will be on the table. And
Right.
so I was interested in saying, oh, what
Kind of
would it mean?
preparing.
Yeah, what would it mean if we had less of this obligation? And, admittedly, it's not a, big amount of money, but we did it last year.
Right.
Well, why don't we consider
Well,
it
and it's
again?
also 6%. It's not nothing.
No, it's not nothing. Yeah.
I mean, it's
Lynn,
not.
how much would we be responsible for yearly if the entire East Point bond was applied? Do you have any idea?
I can go back into my records on that, but off the top of my head, that was going to be a 30-year bond, and that was running around 90 to $100,000 a year.
Okay,
But it's 30 years.
right. So it's along the order of other obligations like the library bond, for example.
Right.
Okay.
And quite honestly, I think I'm raising this for the optics as much as anything else.
Sure.
So we don't have to decide that tonight, but I just wanted to have you sort of see what this chart was telling us.
Mhm.
Any other questions about it?
What was the balance again? Not the payoff, but the balance. Can you scroll up a little?
It's like
Sure.
113,000 right there under notes, 113,608. So we would still, have about the same, thank you. We
Right.
would still have the same amount of general reserve, around 90 odd $1,000. And quite
Okay.
honestly,
Okay, so
uh,
you-
de- depending on what we're going to hear about the sailing program, it might be a little bit more.
right. Okay, so 27 and we're earning 25 in interest.
Yeah.
So,
And you know what? We have quite a lot of money that is tied up, and we really,
yeah.
I would like to spend my time more trying to help town hall move that along. Allison is stepping into a lot of work. I mean, she's serving as the treasurer as well. So I think when we can support her and Zach and others at town hall, it's to our community's advantage.
Yeah. I just wanted to get a sense of what those numbers were. That's all. Thank you.
Well, at this point, we really don't have any business per se. The full applications are due at the end of January. The application, Ellen, can you just tell us where it stands on the on the website?
Yeah, it's if it's there. So if the full application is ready to go, so when people get approved to continue with the full application, actually the way we did it last year was I would send an official email saying,
Yeah.
at our meeting on December 8th, we voted that you are approved to continue. Here's the link.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's potentially harder to get to, but I can do that and send people the link.
That would be so much appreciated, Ellen. Thank you. It would
That's
really be good.
everyone except the Little League lights.
That's right.
Okay.
And so they know they're in a holding pattern. Do you want me to email them and say we are going to work on determining, just so they have an official email from us? Or do I need to do that?
I'm
The Little
confused.
League Lights or the sailing program?
Yeah, did you mean that, Paul?
No, I meant the
No, he
sailing.
meant sailing. And
Yeah,
I
I thought so.
I heard him
Sailing,
because
baseball, what's the difference?
I
Right.
heard him and I knew he meant sailing and I didn't say it.
Right.
Oh boy,
No,
you guys
that's,
are in a mind war, you're
I
in
guess so. I guess so.
Wow, that's good. We have checks and balances here.
Anyway, yes, it would be for everyone but the sailing program. And as soon as I
Right.
get a response back
Right.
from Stuart and folks, I will copy you all on it. So we're
Great.
together with that.
Super.
And Austin just emailed us all the link to the article where the
Oh,
CPC
okay.
retracted. They
Ugh,
did retract it.
You may
Yeah.
not be able to read the full article that I sent with that link. I did see the full article elsewhere.
I was able to.
Oh, are you? Okay, good, good.
Yeah.
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 Oh, that's too bad, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was another thing I found where Stuart was at the Situate Board of Selectmen meeting and they were talking about this thing that we were talking about, which is the difference between land and water, especially for coastal communities. It didn't sound like it was a pleasant meeting for anybody.
Having worked with the town of Situate before, I kind of can tell you who was talking there.
Okay.
We did the life-saving state, the lighthouse down there.
Well, Stewart's had a while to think it over. Who knows? Maybe his ideas have matured.
Well, it's not his ideas, it's
No,
No, I
no,
understand.
it wasn't
It's his
the
him.
interpretation.
legislature.
It
Right.
wasn't
It's
him.
his
It just sounds like it
interpretation.
was an interesting meeting.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, Austin. Really appreciate that.
Yeah.
That information. And then otherwise, folks, I think, we have a wonderful holiday season and we get to start this again in earnest at the end of January, where we'll
So
have
do
some work.
we,
Lynn, before we sign off, can we do an overview on meetings?
yeah, I wanted to ask that if we even had our thing set up, but I just want to confirm, am I officially emailing Sailing and saying we're looking into whether or not you're eligible, or are they good and I don't have to respond to them?
I don't think you have to respond to them until, Eric was in this meeting. He understood. He's representing the group.
So he's not getting a yes or a no from me. The others are all getting yes, please proceed.
Yes, that's right.
And a copy of the link to the grant application.
Yep.
Okay. And just so you know, it is still the 8th until 11:59 p.m. So there's a chance that something else may come in. And if it does, I'll send it to you for your guidance.
Right. I mean, there was that application that came in previously. I know you corresponded with that applicant. So
Yep.
it's possible.
I haven't heard
something
from
will
her.
come- It's possible something will come in.
Right.
In terms of the meeting schedule at the turn of the year, I think I thought and I think I would like to stick with Mondays since that has been our habit. And we would actually begin with a first meeting. I'm actually looking it up right now.
Okay, here you go.
It would be February 2nd, would be the first time first Monday after the applications are received.
When do the applications have to be in, Lynn?
January 30th.
Okay, so this is January 30. Can you see that? Is that big enough for everyone?
Yeah, so the first Monday in February is February 2nd.
There it is. Oops. Okay. February 2nd. Right. Okay, so how many of these shall I reserve?
I would say that you should reserve every Monday until with the last one being March 9th.
Okay. So that's 6 Mondays. Okay, will do.
Yep. That'd be great, Paul. Thank you.
Sure. Sure.
Um, I think we will be hearing later tonight. Maybe Allison, you have some intelligence on this, but do
I
we have
do.
do
So
we
the
have a new
board,
committee member?
the Board of Selectmen met tonight right before this meeting, and they voted to appoint Julie Tarmy to your committee. So I can send an appointment letter out tomorrow to her.
Thank you.
That's great.
Yeah, that's
Very
great
nice.
news.
Very nice.
Thank
She'll
you.
be a very good addition to the committee. I'm very happy, and the selectmen were all 1,000% on board.
Yeah, I actually saw her yesterday at the Historical Society and we briefly talked about it.
Right, that's great.
So
Well,
we will
having
be
been at,
seven. Is that where we're going to sit,
I'm
Lynn,
sorry,
or we will be seven?
we will be 7. So,
Yeah.
which is going to be a little bit better in terms of ratios for us, but that's very good news, Allison. You know, Julie has been both an applicant as well as a member of FinCom, so
Yeah.
she's had
Yeah,
lots
the
of.
only question that was asked was, "Oh, is she still on FinCom?" And I said, "No, but I wish she was." But if she was on FinCom, she wouldn't be able to serve on your committee. So you're very lucky to have her.
Yeah, I feel that way. So that's wonderful news. Wonderful. Good. Good. Well, folks, unless there's something more, I'm happy to entertain a motion to adjourn.
I do, even though you didn't hit your 8 o'clock deadline, Lynn. Well done, nevertheless.
Damn, darn close. Darn close.
So
Okay.
moved.
All right. All in favor? Hands raised. We are adjourned. And happy holidays to everyone. Happy New Year. And we'll see each other in 2026.
Happy
Yes.
holidays.
Okay, very
Thank
good.
you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Good night.